All right, YouTubers, this is the Angry Prepper. Today's video, we're going to talk about another hypothetical pandemic that's going to be talked about possibly in Davos this week. So, guys, for a lot of you that don't know, there was another hypothetical pandemic that they're talking about. It's called SPARS. Actually, it was released in PDF form, so I'm going to put the link in the description section below. You guys got to take a read at it. It reads like an apocalyptic book. It's really strange how on the nose it is, but also, is it telling as to what's coming? That's the bigger question. Now, again, I don't concern myself with a lot of this stuff. I do talk about it because people do want to know more about this stuff and be aware of it at the very least. So do I think something bad is going to happen in regards to disease X and the SPARS pandemic? Not really. But nonetheless, it's a little telling to what could be coming because of event, was it 201? And then a year later, whatever it was, Mr. 19, COVID popped up. So this is why it's good to stay abreast with it. Again, I'm not worried either way because I'm ready, right? The whole point, guys, and I'll say this a million times, the whole point of us getting ready is so that we don't have to worry about anything that might pop up. That's the beauty of being a prepper and being sound-minded, so that, all right, you hear about these things, but you don't flip out. Anyway, let's get to this whole SPARS pandemic. Now, in the PDF, the SPARS pandemic starts off in Minnesota. If I'm not mistaken, it's the First Baptist Church, St. Paul's in Minnesota. It starts around midway through October of 2025. So that's another year from now. So as it spreads, the CDC's monitoring it and they're watching it closely. And in the PDF, they go into, I think 2 chapters later, they go into the arm ticket and how that's going to be developed and how it starts from a drug that's given to cattle, or farm animals rather, and how they're trying to switch that over to human use because they need something available fast because the public is being concerned and politicians are being concerned. And again, this is all in a PDF. This PDF, guys, reads like a post-apocalyptic book. I mean, I was getting the kick out of reading it. I was like, I kept turning the pages like, holy shit, look at that. But nonetheless, to me, it seems like a roadmap of what's coming. And I think more people need to be abreast to these kind of things in case it does happen and we're not surprised. Because there were a lot of you guys, because I didn't know about Event 201 until my subscribers brought it to me and was like, oh shit. And then I read it, I was like, no kidding. So, and then not to mention, then you start paying attention to the elites when they start talking about depopulation and how if we don't have enough arm tickets available, people are going to die from the next pandemic. We had the World Economic Forum talk about it on that aspect. World Health Organization, they talk about the next pandemic wiping out the large majority of people. And again, they talk about disease X and the SPARS pandemic. Really? You got 2 pandemics contending with each other? Now, disease X is unknown. They don't know when it's going to happen. But the SPARS pandemic read like disease X because in the beginning of the read, if you will, they don't know what this virus is. They've never seen it before. And it started killing, I think, 25 people in the first month or something like that. Again, you guys got to read the PDF for yourself. It's a pretty interesting read. And you get caught into it. You're like, holy shit. And then they bring in politics into it as well. And they don't seem to stick to like Republicans being bad or Democrats being bad, but they do bring politics into it. I didn't get too far into that part, but I wanted to get to the arm ticket part because that was really on the nose because they talked about a treatment that could slow down the pandemic, but then how it was having adverse side effects, and these were the adverse side effects. I'm like, then why give it to them? And I'm reading this thing again like a book, and then I'm like screaming at the book, like, why would you give this shit to them? So anyway, guys, point to it is that this is not concerning, and I think if I said that before, I misspoke about that. It's not concerning, but it's just something for you to pay attention to. That's it. Because 2 hypothetical pandemics, that's a little bit of a red flag for me. Again, in my opinion, it's a red flag. Now, am I worried? No. I'm not worried because I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever mumbo jumbo they throw my way. I'm going to catch it, dodge it, whatever needs to be done, because That's what preppers do. And more of these videos are so that we are psychologically prepared, so that when it happens or something happens or something new pops up, we're not scrambling and scared and what the hell's going on, right? And we go to this Canadian dude who's going to tell us the future. We don't need any of that bullshit. We just need to be ready psychologically and prep wise, and everything's good. It's that simple, guys. Prepping is that simple. Anyway, there is a measles outbreaks right now that's concerning doctors. I'm like, get it, friend, dude. But interestingly enough, guys, when they described Disease X was described as the measles, the spread of measles with an Ebola outcome, or fatality rate, rather, sorry. And now we have this measles outbreak a week later. Again, a lot of shit's on the nose. But this is stuff, guys, that we should stay abreast about so that when it happens, we're ready to rock and roll. That's it. Not ready to scream, shout, panic, cry in the shower, curl up into a ball. None of that shit. That's not what we do. We take all of this information in, we keep it in the back of our heads, and we analyze it so that if it turns into something bigger than it is, we're ready to rock and roll. And if it turns into nothing, we just move on with our lives. That's all we're here to do, guys. We're not here to get scared. We're not here to fucking fearmonger. We're here so that we know what could be headed our way and what we should be getting ready for. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching. Oh, and by the way, yes, I am in Vegas. See you later.